Okay, so here's what I just did really quick. I think it sounds pretty close. You can be the judge. You can tweak it. I know that you use Fruity Loops, so it might end up sounding a little bit different in that, depending on what their kind of their guitar rig type thing, how that works. So yours will end up a little bit different. But here's what it sounds like. And I'll kind of go over real quick what I did, but here's what it sounds like. Okay. Um, hopefully that's close enough. Like I said, I only worked on this for just like 10 minutes here, real quick. I already had this bass sound, and I just tweaked it a tiny bit, and then added the white noise because it sounds like there's some white noise on top of it that's giving it that kind of harshness. So yeah, let me go over what I did real quick. So in SYLENTH, I can send you these patches if you want, if that'll be easier. But if you want to know how to make them, you can just copy what's going on the screen here. Oscillator 1, I've got 2 voices, saw wave, volume all the way up, phase all the way down, detune to 2.43, stereo to 6.71, center pan, retrig on. The amp envelope, attack is 2.12, decay all the way down, sustain all the way up, release just barely up, 0.16. Oscillator 2, I've got this note down to -5, and then I've got this one on the H pulse, 2 voices, retrig on. Then part B, oscillator 1, saw wave, 2 voices, volume all the way up, phase all the way down, detune to 1.29, stereo to 6.52, pan centered. I don't think I went over this one, but yeah, just put the stereo all the way up on this one. On this amp envelope, put the attack at 0.05, decay all the way down, sustain all the way up, release 0.1. No filter on this one. I have this set to A/B, but I suppose since the other one's not on, you probably just have it at A. But like I said, I tweaked this setting a little bit, so just do this. Low pass, the cutoff is at 1179.79 hertz, resonance at 1.67, drive at 3.81, 24 dB slope. This filter control here, 1125.1, resonance at 7.52, key track at 7.9. Chorus is on, delay is at 8.8, rate 0.61, depth 40, dual mode is clicked on, feedback all the way down, width all the way up, dry wet at 15.71. Then I've got LFO1 here on a random, and the rate is at 8/1T, and the gain is at 0.33. Leave the offset centered. First one is on pitch A, and the rate is 0.48. Then the cutoff is cutoff A and 0.1. Mod envelope 1, cutoff AB, this knob to 2.67. Tack all the way down, decay at 4.43. Sustain all the way down, release at 1.32. Then these are just so that this is just velocity sensitive. You want to make sure in Silent, if you want things velocity sensitive, set this to velocity and then mix A, B and turn these all the way down. You can turn this all the way up, but for this setting I have it at 4. And then also the cutoff AB to 2.76. I don't know why I had these set originally, but mod wheel, resonance AB, 6.1, aftertouch, cutoff AB, and it's at minus 2.1. I think that's it. Like I said, I can send this to you if you want, if that'll be easier. Just let me know. I'll post it up and send it to you. I think that's that, though, on that sound. Here's that by itself. And then the noise. Oh, let me actually go back to this so you can see what I forgot to show you this stuff. So here's the EQ that I did. Just low cut at 71 hertz. Took a notch out at 200 hertz at negative 6.5 dB and put the Q to 0.28. The 500 hertz range, I took out 10 dB and put it at 0.37 Q. Then at 3500 hertz, I did a 4 dB boost with a 0.71 Q. And then at 10,000 hertz, a 3.5 dB boost, and the Q is at 0.71. And then here's the Guitar Amp Pro, and like I said, I don't know what FL Studio has. So you can try and get this as close as possible. I don't really know how to tell you what you would need to do because I don't know FL Studio. So these are the settings that I have. The amp is called American Gain. And the EQ is Modern. And then I just have it on direct box because I don't want the microphone on. I just want it to be going directly out of the speaker, like out of the amp itself. And I've got the gain up to 5, bass all the way up, the mids to 2.4, the treble to 6.2. The presence of it is at 5, and the master is at 5.3. This effects stuff is all off. But I'll show you what it sounds like. So you can see that that makes a pretty big difference on the way that it sounds. And then the LFO tool is just doing the side chaining. Nothing too special. You can figure out how to do the side chaining, I'm sure. Then I've just got it sent to a reverb bus, just giving it a tiny bit of reverb. which again, I'm sure you can figure out that that's not super important. Then I've got this noise, which is kind of giving it that really high-end harshness that I'm hearing. And I don't know what it sounds like on the actual recording. It's a YouTube video that you posted. And it's not the best quality video. So the sound isn't that great, at least on my end. The sound wasn't that great on this video, so I don't know if it's just the sound quality that's bad, or if it does actually have that high-end harshness. But I added that in anyway, so if you want it in there, you can add it. If not, if you think it sounds better without it, then you can leave it out. But it sounds like it sounds like it should be there, because it sounded to me when I had the headphones on that it was coming more out of the right channel, that harshness. So all I have is SYLENTH doing some white noise, super, super easy. It's just the noise oscillator. One is doing noise, one voice. Attack is at 0.23, decay all the way up, sustain all the way up, release is at 0.85. Everything is pretty much off except for that. That's the only thing I have going on. And then the EQ for it just took out all the low end, and even with this, you kind of get a weird boxiness. Here, I'll show you. So you can hear how that sounds just a little bit brighter with this EQ. So yeah, just low cut to 355 hertz, 500 hertz. I took out negative 9.5 dB at a 0.23 Q. And then at 3500 hertz, I boosted it 5 dB, 0.71 Q. And at 10,000 hertz, I boosted it 4 dB at 0.71 Q. And then the LFO tool is doing the same thing as this one's doing. I just moved it over to the right a little bit. And then just took the mix down so that it sounded balanced, so you don't get too much of the harshness. But here's the two together, and then I'll solo just this one by itself. So yeah, hopefully that sounds close enough for you. Hopefully that works. Let me know. If you end up doing anything else to it that sounds closer, post it up. I'd like to hear it. All right, guys. Later.